We've got Prakash Gaba joining in now on the show. Mr. Gaba, morning. Great to have you with us. First off, let's start by discussing what's the likely range that you're mapping for the Nifty for the coming week?
Nifty has achieved its target on the downside of 5170. When the target gets achieved, there is technical bounce is always possible. There's a very strong feeling that the market may actually go up from here to maybe around 5250 zones. So structurally, I would say that 5170 is a very strong support to deal with, and if it crosses 5230, then that could be a buying point.
All right, so 5170 seems to be a strong support for the Nifty according to Mr. Gaba. But which stocks do you like from the IT pack, Mr. Gaba?
IT pack basically is weak. Structurally, there's not much in IT pack. It's seen a lot of hammering in the last 1 week or so. HCL Tech, let's look at HCL Tech. It's up, no doubt, but it's looking tired in the upper regions. I would say that 500, 505 zones is a stiff resistance zone to work with. There's no sign of strength as yet, and no sign of weakness as yet. It structurally is a typical sideways zone. Infosys had a target on the downside of 2171. We have seen last week a low of 2200. So technically, the targets have been achieved. And what we are seeing in Infosys is a bounce. Infosys can go up. I would say that one could have a stop somewhere below 2350, and maybe we could see the days to come a level of around 2445, 2460 zones. But it is still a reaction, and we can see an up move in Infosys. What about TCS? TCS is looking okay to me. The up move is still intact. Only thing is one needs to have a tight stop at 1190 and trade on the long side. Maybe we can see TCS climb to around 12,025 or 1230 zones. Tech Mahindra, it's at make or break levels. 695 is make or break levels. If it breaks 695, we perhaps could see a down move here. But structurally, I would not like to trade Tech Mahindra. I'll stay out of Tech Mahindra.
Okay, so let's also talk about another pack that lost out heavily in the week gone by, the realty pack at that, Mr. Gaba. What are your expectations there?
Well, realty pack has been hammered down. There is no sign of strength as yet. But in some of the stocks, I feel the realty pack might give some kind of opportunity in the long side. I would look at DLF. DLF structurally has seen a bottom closer to around 180 zones. It's hammered down. The structure in the near the lows gives an indication there could be an upside. I would say there could be an upside because still the confirmation is missing. An aggressive trader could buy DLF, have a deep stop somewhere below 175 for zones or so, and can go up perhaps to around 190 or 195 zones. So DLF could give an upside. What about Godrej Industries? I think I like Godrej Industries also, as long as Godrej Industries is in up move. I would need a stop somewhere closer to around 265, and perhaps Godrej Industries can climb to levels of 275, 280 zones. It's typical sideways zone, but it is not weak. What about Oberoi Realty? That stock again is in typical sideways zone. I would say it's make or break levels. Very strong support around the zones of 265. Can it go to 280? That's possible. But I would say have a stop below 265 and trade long on the 280 side. Except for DLF, which looks like an aggressive buy, I feel only DLF is the only stock among the realty that looks good to me.
Alright, so that's your view on stocks from the realty pack. But Mr. Gaba, which stocks do you like otherwise? Which stocks would you recommend to our viewers today?
Since I expect the market to go up, I think I would like to trade in Hindalco on the long side. Seen a very good low around these 117, 118 zones. That's the place one need to have a stop at 118. Can perhaps Hindalco and climb down to levels of 125, 127 in the days to come. So Hindalco looks good to me. Another aggressive buy is Prakash Associates. You've seen a low closer to around 70 zones. Give a day or two, I think Prakash Industries can climb to levels of 75 plus zones. Gives a feeling that Prakash can go up from here.
Okay, and before we let you go, Mr. Gaba, also an F&O strategy?
Since I expect the market to go up, I would like to trade Nifty on the long side. Have a stop below 5220. And perhaps we can see Nifty futures climb to levels of 5280 in a day or two.
Alright, Mr. Gaba, we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for joining us.